Guys, welcome back to Failure. There's many fathers, and failure has found a father. Point of failure, and as a podcast, you feel like having had a lot of failure myself. Nigel Lithgow, who created American Idol, So You Think You Can Dance, explained his first failure. My first failure was when I lost my boxing match. What was your first failure?
Well, first failure and defining moment.
Defining failure, I would say.
Failure leads to failure. Memory is beautiful and memory is painful. I guess what these failures teach, and I can tell you, again, it's a failure as it is making peace. Failure is a source of pain. Pain does not always indicate failure.
Correct.
Right?
We use failure, and I came up with the word failure. People think of failure as a terrible thing. You're a failure, right? You failed. It hit me pretty late in life.
A car accident, an infidelity, a business failure.
Gone through their failure. And again, like when we were trying to think of what to call the show, that concept of failure. Failure is just that moment of like something didn't work, and I'm just trying to get to the next piece.
I mean, there are people who truly suffer a moral failure.
Yeah, I'm going to use the failure to other people who are going through, their form of failure today, and everybody else around them. People are so quick to judge.
One of the things failure teaches is humility. One of the things failure teaches is that we need help. Imagine how much less pain as a result of failure there would be in our hearts if we could say, you recontextualize failure too, of course.
It's failure, by the way. Failure, as I call it.
So this redefines failure, something other than failure. Moral failure or business failure.
Getting stuck in the failure.
When you're cracked open by something painful or disruptive, you call it failure. Perceive as a failure.
The fear of failure, Frank.
Most people think that these traumatic experiences, failure, etc., gives people a new personality. It doesn't. It's true of what you would call failure.
Tell me your biggest failure and sadness and failure. What would you tell me about failure? What would be the failure?
And that failure was a blessing.
People who are going through a failure right now, thank you for joining us in failure.